The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine, podcast, and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. Hello, today I have the privilege of reconnecting with Chris Melville, Sovereign Magazine's in-house coach. And she helps solopreneurs who are self-sabotaging their business through lack of self-belief, confidence, and business knowledge. Alongside her transformative coaching sessions and workshops for Sovereign Community, Chris runs a thriving coaching practice and is a certified rapid transformational therapy practitioner. With over 30 years of corporate experience, she is passionate about empowering women to overcome mindset challenges and build thriving businesses. A true expert in personal empowerment, Chris is here to help you boldly step into your power. Welcome back, Chris.
Oh, that's all a mouthful, is it?
It is, but it's so fun to introduce you.
Well, it's always fun to be welcomed back.
It is. We are here to talk about trusting in the universe, which is our March full moon issue. And boy, do you take a twist on it I have never thought about before. So I'm super excited about this conversation. In your article, The Universe, Your Dream Business Partner, you share how one's relationship with the universe and trust has evolved from a very distant concept to a core part of your personal business philosophy, and that many people can trust the universe in their personal lives. But when it comes to business, they often are triggered by it. So share a little bit more about this topic because I am super intrigued by it.
I was really surprised to hear you say that because I see a lot of people. I actually see some people that are like, oh, the universe will give me clients, but then they're just not doing anything to get clients. And I'm like, it's hiding behind this. Yeah. So I do tend to call people out like that. But I guess for me, it's the idea of, how can I explain this? It's the idea when it comes to something like your business, when we think about the universe providing for our life, we think about things that would be lovely to have, right? It's like, oh, and I'm going to have the perfect person is going to come into my life as a partner, or I'm going to get that dream vacation, or, I'm going to have enough money to live the lifestyle that I want and to buy what I want. And, it's all kind of like things that will enhance our life. When we talk about our business is so vital because it pays not just for the nice things, but for the basic things, all the things that we need to have. And this is where it gets really hard to let the control go. Because if it doesn't work, if it doesn't show up, if you don't get that dream vacation, sucks, but you're still going to be able to pay your mortgage payment, food on the table. If you don't get your clients, you're not going to be able to pay your mortgage. I feel like there's a different weight that's added to a business just because of what we need our businesses for. And the control. God, don't women just love to control things?
We do. And so I'm really interested in this concept because you know me, I work very intuitively and I listen to my spirit team and I trust in the universe and all of that. But I never thought about it from the perspective of that I'm in collaboration, like a business partner with the universe. Like, although I do that intuitively, I didn't think about it in that labeling, if you will, and the subtle ways that the universe is already supporting me. And so I'm also wondering, how women possibly are in that state of fear and lack of trust and scarcity already. And so they're not able to tap into that intuitive collaboration with the universe to find those subtle signs that they are in collaboration.
Yeah.
So, how do you recommend one kind of turn up the dial on their senses and ability to feel that collaboration with the universe?
Yeah, that one is a difficult question for me to answer because I don't really feel, I'd had a really broken relationship with my intuition for a long time, and it's something I've been working on mending. I think from my perspective, where it comes from is, let's say when you're thinking about your life and you want the universe to bring the perfect person into your life, you recognize that if you sat in your house 24/7, you're never going to meet that person, right? You recognize, oh, I have to at least make a bit of an effort. Maybe I need to do some dating, or maybe I just need to get into places where I might potentially meet somebody. So then you're looking at your responsibility, your half of the partnership. And it's the same thing with the business. It's like you can't abdicate all the responsibility to the universe. And I think actually, because we've got that fear around not being able to pay the basics, not being able to, worrying about not keeping a roof over our heads, we probably go the opposite way. We probably take too much control and not give the universe the opportunity to step up and feel me. We don't give them the space, the room to step in.
Yeah. I definitely can see that and feel that because we can often get into, this mindset of, I need to create or I need to do. And I actually look forward to our holidays here at Sovereign Magazine, not because I actually have quote unquote time off, because I rarely take like official time off.
It's a bad role model.
No, I do take time off, but I say that because it is when my calls drop. I don't have calls during this time. And so my channel is more open for the downloads. And I get really excited because so many things come through from my spirit team in the universe during our holidays. Now, mind you, we take 8.5+ weeks a year of holidays here at Sovereign Magazine. So there's no shortage of them.
That's more than we take here in the UK, girl.
Yes, I know. We are a fun company, aren't we? And so I do allow space for universal magic because when we're constantly in the doing, it doesn't give us the opportunity to have that intuitive guidance. And so you said you have a broken relationship with your intuition. I used to as well because I was like, I can't trust this thing. It's not accurate. Now I do because I've had time and time again where when I've listened and I've not understood why my intuition is telling me that, but I've listened, then it's proven to me time and time again, I'll eventually figure out why my intuition is telling me this thing. And so it's a muscle that we need to work. And it's not.
Yeah, it's a great way of thinking about it.
Yeah, it's not something that's just, on or off like a light switch for me. It's something I have to harness every day, just like our relationship, right? We have to communicate. We have to talk to each other. I have to talk to myself all the time and refresh my commitment to my intuition and my magic with the universe. So I want to go back to one thing. You talk about control. And when people have such a tight grip on their business, what is the biggest problem that you see with that and control?
When they got a really tight grip, it's quite often they end up in a place of freeze. They're afraid to take action. They don't know where to go. Because when you've got a tight grip on things, I tend to find that people are overthinking at that point, and they're giving themselves too many possible choices or possible outcomes, and it's confusing the brain, and a confused brain can't make a decision. I think that's it. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Inside the Sovereign community, you'll find more than a social platform. You will find many private spaces led by women who walk the path with you, like Abby from Canada, Connect with her in her sacred space called Reclaimed and Rise. Step into the Maven Haven with Ebony from the UK, or join the Open Heart Collective with Bonnie from the US. These are just some of the soul sanctuaries curated by conscious women for conscious connection. Come find your space inside the Sovereign community today. Okay, let's explore this a little more. I'm going to move us into steps to your sovereign self so that we can dissect this a little bit more. So we've got this over energetic control in our business, if you will, and we're not softening enough in order to hear or see the magic from the universe that could come. And I love Cass always says this, if you don't believe in miracles, how can a miracle ever happen, right? So one thing that I'm wondering about is when women might be afraid to soften because they're afraid they might lose momentum. So some people think surrendering or softening is just like putting their hands back and they don't need to do anything, right? But that's actually not true, right?
No, it's not. One of the things I've really had to work on a lot in the last few years is moving out of my masculine and more into my feminine, because in the corporate world, I always worked with C-suite. I always worked with chairmen, CEOs, everything. And they were always men. And so I had to work in a different way. I had male bosses turn around and say, "You're using too many words, speak to me in bullet points." So it's like I couldn't even communicate in a way that felt efficient for me. The way I dressed, the way I did my makeup, it was very different. If nobody else was in the office or there were none of the executives in the office, I dressed very differently to less makeup. My hair would have been softer than when there were like the top men in the office. I was in a more masculine energy in my marriage as well. I had to make a lot of decisions. I was like down to being the one to take the trash out all the time. And it came from my childhood, from where I had to step up and fix problems so that people like my parents and my adults in my life didn't lose things or get hurt. So that masculine energy is always about forward movement. Movement. You can power your way through anything instead of taking a step back and waiting with a little bit of quiet and a little bit of peace and a little bit of faith and seeing what comes in, which is a more feminine way of doing things.
I love this because you're talking about blending our intuitive guidance with practical strategy that feels more grounded and aligned. And I think that when we as solopreneurs, fempreneurs, whatever you want to call yourself, are coming from a more grounded place, aligned space, and feeling as though we are in co-creation with something greater than us, then we have nothing to do but to release those fears, to release that anxiety, if you will, that it won't come because we just know we're on the right path.
I read something really amazing not too long ago. It was a Substack that came across in an email that somebody sent me. And it was a guy talking about the concept of we're all made of stardust. So we're all part of the cosmos. And he said just something that really hit me. And it was, what if human beings are the universe's ability to create and to play and experience? So in that way, we're not actually like, it's a little less about being a partner with the universe and being a tool of the universe to just do amazing things that the universe is capable of that we're not. Yeah. And that just really, that was probably a year ago I read that. I was out with some friends and I brought it up because it's something that has really still resonated with me. What if we are just a channel for the universe to achieve its greatest potential?
Yeah. We are that stardust. I love that. I love that so much.
It's an amazing idea.
Yeah, and it makes you feel not alone. It makes you feel part of the whole, part of something greater than us, part of the collective. We talk about the collective so much, but when we go even further, I think I saw something recently that there's like maybe 2 trillion plus galaxies now. So when we think about, I know, right? So when we think about the vastness of the universe and how we can't even imagine it and fathom all the amazing things that are out there and the energy and abilities of things, right? So when we are thinking that we're part of this and making something beautiful, it just warms my heart.
Yeah, I just love that. I love it. It's like, how can we not be in co-creation with the universe if the universe is giving us everything that it can give us in order for us to be successful, because it wants to see it as like, oh, it's my success as well.
Yes, yes. Okay, well,
The universe is invested in us. That's the way. It is our silent backer, our silent partner.
yes, our silent partner. Yes. Okay. Well, if you want to learn more about your silent partner or how you can up-level your business this year, Chris has so many amazing things going on this year with us in Sovereign Community. We have a year-long show where she's coaching 3 to 4 women and taking them from one step to the very end. It's a whole year-long show, so definitely follow us on YouTube and Substack.
Exciting thing.
Yes, and you have your accountability group. She's in our community.sovereign-magazine.com. There's no shortage of ways that you can get more of Chris Melville, so definitely like, share, subscribe. All her details are in the show notes, and she's back every full moon and new moon for more magic and wisdom. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul-led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.